Hi, this is Sarah, the Stitchin Mommy, and it's Monday, May 20th, 2024, here for my weekly cross-stitching update. I have a good amount of goodies to share with you, so that's great. Let's just jump right in. It's a little gloomy today, which is fabulous, but hopefully the lighting will be fine. First off, I have some fully finishes. You might have seen on Saturday, I believe, I posted a framing tutorial, which I've been asked to do before because I tend to frame quite a few things myself in frames I just find in the store. So I was framing some things on Saturday and thought, you know what, I should probably film one of these and finally get that tutorial up. So I have that up. I'll see if I can put a little link to it if you haven't seen that yet. But the first one, which was part of the one I did in the video, is letter S fairy. These are all by Nora Corbett, and they're the smaller version of a Mirabilia. So these are done, these first two are my letter fairies for my nieces. So they're on the called for fabric of 32 count water lily linen. And I did color conversions for both of them. So this one is in a black frame and I think it turned out really nice. As you see, I went ahead and put the glass back in. I showed both ways in my video, and at the end I ended up without glass. If it were mine, I would have no glass. So like mine over here doesn't have glass in it. But for gifting it to the high school grads who are not crafty people in general, I thought they need to be covered. And I realized when I did the next one that the back is the same amount of tightness as it is this one. This one has bicombs in it, so that's why I was a little bit nervous. But this other one, I'll show you now. This one just has regular beads, and it was just as tight on the back. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put the glass back in. It'll be better for protecting it. This is the brown version of that frame. I got all of these at Walmart, 8x10s. All these fairies fit into an 8x10, which is great. Makes it nice and easy. This is a brown and purple conversion. I have the conversions for both of these on my conversions file, which I have linked in all the description boxes below. So if you like these conversions, you can see what I used. Some of them might be threads that you can't find anymore, but at least you can see generally what I did. And yeah, so these will be gifted shortly, as these two young ladies have graduated high school, or are graduating high school soon. I think this one might have already had her ceremony, but this one won't be having her ceremony until the beginning of June, I think. This one is out of state, so but we'll see her at the end of June for a graduation kind of celebration. So I'll give her that in person. Then this one, since I was framing and bought a frame just the same, 8x10. This is also a Nora Corbett. This one's just for me. So it'll go in the Christmas box when after I show this. This is another black one, and it's Christmas Elf Fairy by Nora Corbett. This one is on opalescent 32 count natural. I think raw silver, I think is what it's called, raw silver. With all the called for blacks and whites and grays, but then I did a red conversion, and I think her hair and tree, they're all different because I didn't have what was called for, and I wanted this lightest shade to be less pink and more red. So I think this conversion is also in my conversion file. So I thought they all turned out pretty cute. Happy with those. I guess we can start in on travel stitching. Well, I got some happy mail, and so maybe I'll do that first. First, I got some things from the Fat Quarter Shop that they sent me some of their new releases. So I will be deciding what I want to keep and what I don't want to keep, and then in a future giveaway, I'll maybe give some of these away. But for now, I'll just show you what they are. This is the Stitch Cards Set T. They're all springy Easter ones. So those are cute. They come on these little cards, one pattern per card. And then the Quilted Scarecrow Cross Stitch, which we did a witch giveaway, and I think there was a snowman. Now there's a scarecrow. This one's really cute. I could see it's charted for DMC, but you could also find some fancy flosses potentially and, you know, change that up. There's also the Quilted Scarecrow quilt, which is a very thick book of things. So that's kind of fun. There's one of each of those. And then these are some, I have this one. This one came in a Stitch Quarterly, so this one will definitely be a giveaway in the future. What is it called? Wintertime. And it is called for this like sparkly Ada, which is very cute. But it's got like a little stack of animals here. Adorable. And then these, I don't think I've seen these before, but oh no, maybe I have January's already. I must have January's. So this is February's. These are shelf life, I guess is what the series is called. This one's February's Hearts. They're little jars with stuff inside. And March's Bird. And April's Rainy Day. So those are cute. And then we have Lacy Daisy, which is pretty. I like that fabric that's on. And Springtime Ornaments. They have a bunch of these ornament books for different seasons and holidays and things. So that's a fun one. You got a bunch of different, try not to glare, eggs and bunnies and rain and chicks, all the things. So those are fun. And then, surprise Stitchy kindness, I am planning my June new start is going to be Peony Garden by Mirabilia, and I'm planning to stitch this with a Stitchy friend, Meg, and I have already had my fabric picked out for it. I think this will look really pretty and complement some of the tealy greens that are in here. And so I'm like, okay, I'm all ready. And the last time we talked about this pattern, December, January maybe, she's like, oh, do you already have all the silks that are called for? I'm like, no. I'm kind of an old school Mirabilia stitcher, and they didn't call for silks most of the time. So I am not, like, it's not a habit, I guess, to go look and see if there's silks. I just assume it's DMC and beads and Krynic. That's like what the older ones tended to be. So I'm like, oh, there's a lot of silks that are called for here. So I just figured, well, I'll probably just find stuff in my cottons, you know, overdyed cottons that I have and call it good. Well, she decided that she would get a set of silks for both of us, and they arrived in the mail today, and so I am super spoiled. And the bead that is called for, these are size 8 beads, so they're fat, which is cool. All these pretty silks, aren't these? I mean, there's like pinks, there's some green, there's a black one, brown, a darker pink, another green, super pretty. I'm like, ooh, okay, that'll be fun. So now I'm all set. And she threw in some 40 count Verdal because I can't be running out. That was what she said. Can't be running out of my 40 count Verdal, which you'll see the 2 of the projects I have slated for this month are on 40 count Verdal. So it's always nice to have another piece. So thank you so much, Meg. This is fun. So I'll be starting this on or near her birthday, June 17th, I believe. So that'll be fun to finally get that one started. And now I'm all set. So, travel stitching. I did work on my temperature turtles yesterday. I did not get to my regular Sunday stitch because my parents were visiting, but I did manage to get my patches caught up before the end of the night. And I had a partial length of dark green on my needle, so I had that finished yesterday as well. And then this morning I was chatting with my dad before they headed off, and I was like, you know what? I have time. So I put another dark green length of floss on my needle and got that put in too. So I have a good amount of progress to show. So this is through, let's see, 28 count Caribbean Blue Jobelin by Witchelt, 1/1 full cross. And I got all the patches in May caught up, and I finished the front flippers and head of April, and I started in on May's flipper. This is not backstitched yet because I didn't want to do that while I was chatting. I need a, because I'm doing it a 1/1 on even weave, some of the straight stitches called pierce the thread, the needle, pierce the fabric. So if you were doing it on an Aida or over 2 on an even weave, it'd be totally fine. But over 1 on even weave, I need a sewing needle. It's really sharp, and it works fine, especially since I'm doing straight stitches. I'm not doing little ones. Each leg is just one whole hop. So it works fine. I just can't be doing it while I chat. I don't want to miscount. So I just went ahead and came over here and did some on May as well. So that was good. Happy with how that is coming together. I did a good amount on Cats and Hearts this week. I'm still working on April Cats and Hearts, and I am, let's see, I'm getting closer. I should probably finish it this week. I had a couple extra moments to work on it throughout the week, so got a lot done. Here is this one now. This is 25 count even weave, 1/1 full cross, just white. I finished the kitty cat, which is great, and I'm working on the reds. So I am now in the process of putting in the second darkest red. So there's one, this red needs to get finished, and then I have the darkest red as well, plus the dark red backstitch and dark green backstitch, which has a little bit of that. So yeah, I should be able to finish this week, I'm hoping. I had a suggestion. I felt like stopping working on something at the beginning of the month and working on the current month only within the current month. I thought that might make me feel more behind, because I would have unfinished ones kind of littering through the year that weren't done if I didn't finish them by the end of the month. So I've just kept going on April, but I had a suggestion that maybe I could skip May, start in on June, and then May's wouldn't be unfinished, it just wouldn't be started yet, and then maybe I could stay more caught up and be stitching within the month. So I don't know, I'm tempted to try that. This is what May looks like, so if I just keep going, I'll work on this one, but it's also possible I might try that other thing. This is June. This one's got some strawberries in it. And Kitty's trying to get the strawberry. So I may try this and see how I feel about it, because I'll have I'll have like a week left of May, so there's no way I'll finish May in May. So I might as well just get a head start on June, perhaps. So especially since going into the summer, I'm likely to get behind anyways. So we'll see. I might try that, and then come back to May next year, or whenever. Pick up the months that I wasn't able to get to. And I also worked on Castle Homecoming a little bit. Where's my cover? This is last year's Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Mystery Stitch Along. This is the whole thing. And I had fun working on this week. I'm up in the top seam, so I'll just show my before and after of that. This is 28 count ice blue Lugana 1/1 full cross with a color conversion of Fancy Floss. And I just kind of picked some colors that were try to complete sections. So I was starting these bushes, so I finished the bushes. That's the only place that green was, but then the little flowers in the bushes were also, I think, this banner and some of the shield, something, I don't know, some other things. And then I was finishing up the blues in the pond, which also gave me a little bit more of the banner and some of this banner. Lots of banners. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think I might have done this since I seen you last. I'm not sure. But anyways, you'll see the differences. So I'm just kind of chipping away at one color completing within this top section. But this time I just did colors. I didn't do any more white because I figured I need to do some. It was fun to add lots of different colors this time. So I'll go back and do some more white probably next time. Get some more of that done. Be a good girl. And then I also pulled out my Shine Bright sampler, which has been a little while since I pulled this one out. I wasn't sure. I kind of lost my time. I've been working on it, so I wasn't sure when to pull it out. And I've been busy with my model stitch for a while and just life. So this is what this one looks like with the new colorway Shine Bright sampler. The one in this book is it's called Shine On sampler, and it's more primary colors. And then when this colorway came out, Fat Quarter Shop put together some RE floss, and this is a little paler, you know, printing of it, but I'm like, ooh, I like that. So I decided to hop on this one. And I'm happy to say I got April's finished, so hopefully I'll be able to come in here and chip away at this every little bit to get back on track. So here is where I'm at. This is 40 count Morganite linen by Fiber on a Whim, and it's 1/2 with the call for RE floss with the conversion. You can find their conversion in a thread pack on their website, and the colors are even listed there in the listing. So I finished the stems here and then did this block in a couple different stitching sessions. So that was nice. So May, I believe, is over here. It's like some flying geese and a huge chunk of bee. So it's this part right here. So it's gonna take some time because this is full coverage. So I will try, if I have time in the afternoons or late mornings, if I have everything caught up around the house that I need to do with chores or my Etsy shop or whatever, I'll see if I can put in a little bit on that here and there. So it's sad there's not a set time for it because it falls through the cracks at that point, but hopefully I'll be able to get back on track with that one. I think that's all the bits and bobs that I worked on. So my main progress this week was Visit Endor, my family piece for my oldest son. This is by Country Magic Stitch, like a vintage travel poster. I had a rough goal to try to get 1,000 stitches on each of these every month. I don't always make it if life is too busy. This one is more often that I'll make it because it's a lot of block stitching, there's only 11 colors total in this piece. So I had a great day, a great stitching day on Monday, and I got 1,044 stitches on Monday alone. So this is where this is at. It's now 74% exactly, which is super cool. There's some rocks down here, and I'll bring all the green down, and then the Visit Endor words as well. So that's what's left. The shield generator is now fully operational. It's all stitched, so everything right in the rest of the scene is just grass, trees, and rocks. And this is 28 count Dove Gray Monaco, 2/1 half stitch. And so that's really fun. Because I got my goal all the way done on Monday, my first thought was, sweet, I can move ahead and get even farther ahead on Tuesday, because I had this set for 2 days and make up for some previous months when I may not have gotten 1,000. But then I realized I'm kind of under the gun with Dragon Ride. So since I got my goal early, let's just do Dragon Ride, give Dragon Ride another day. So that's what I did. I worked on Dragon Ride this week for 3 days. And this is by Teresa Wensler. This is a graduation from 8th grade present that I want to have done by the end of this month. So I'm really happy I got my 3rd day on this. And I was able to get all of the brown done, the brown backstitching done, which is fantastic. So I'll have a before picture full screen, and then I'll switch to this full screen where you can hopefully see a little bit of a difference. All of the straight edges in the border are now backstitched, as well as the reins and the saddle, and actually the man now is completely backstitched. He's all done. So I did start in on the purple. So there's some purple backstitching in his legs, his pants, his cuffs, and the crystal ball. So what I have left to do now is this purple stripe is backstitched, and these light purple wings are backstitched. Then I can do the twisty border and the beads in the border. So super fun. I will give this another 2 days this week. But yeah, super happy that I got an extra day on it this past week. That really helped. Got all that brown done and got the man completed. So this 1/1 man is all the way done. Woohoo! That feels great. Super happy with that. So everything else should be pretty straightforward. And yes, so that's good. So I'm hoping I still have scheduled 4 days on it this month. So hopefully that's enough time to get it done. If I feel like I'm cutting it close, I'll pop it in other places, potentially even travel stitching, or work on it in the mornings when I usually don't stitch. I might just carve out more time for it, but I'm hoping I won't have to do that. Then I worked on one of my non-full coverage Whipco draws. I have 2 Whipco boards this year, which is by Jessie Marie Does Stuff. She runs Whipco. She calls 2 numbers every month. So I end up, because I have 2 boards, I have 4 Whipco calls every month. So 2 from each board. And one is full coverage, one is non-full coverage. This is Ashley's Roses by Mirabilia. I believe it's a retired chart at this point, but I got it a long time ago. And this has a lot of stitching. And so I didn't get the top finished. I was kind of hoping there wouldn't be as much left as there is, but I am still happy with what I was able to get done. This is cream linen in 32 count, 2/2 full cross. And there's a lot of stuff here at the top. So I want to make sure this all gets done before I move down, because because I stitch in hand, I don't want to be holding on to the girl while I come back up and work on this. So I want to get this done first. But it feels a little bit like Villa Mirabilia, the never ending pot in the background of that one. This is a never ending rose trellis stuff. But there were a few holes over here that I had not yet done that were light pink and white. So I chose those colors and color completed them all the way across. So all the light pink and white got added. Then the next coming from this side over, the next place that was kind of left was down here. There was a bright pink. So I did the bright pink all the way over. And then I think that's all I had time for. So I did 3 colors, which is nice. And these 2 swags now are 100% complete, which feels really good. So now everything from like here over is what's left to fill in. And this is still a thick swag like these ones. So there's a good amount of stitching in here. And then there's still more leaves and vines kind of punctuating that will end up more looking like this. So it's not done by any stretch, but I am pretty happy with. I only had 2 days on it. The first day was light because we had a graduation party we were at for a while. But overall, I got a good amount of stitching on this on Saturday, and so I'm still happy with that. Sunday, I don't have anything written down, but I did do my temperature turtles. I did not get to spring montage at all. I was hoping I could get my 100 stitches in on that, but nope. I was thankful I got my temperature turtles caught up, because that's all I really had time to do at the end of the night, was do 1 or 2 more patches on that and called it good. So that's the way life happens sometimes. This coming week though, I'll do 2 more days on Dragon Ride, Wednesday and Thursday. Today and tomorrow, I'm going to work on Bear Time stories for my next family piece. And this is for the same son who's getting Dragon Ride, but this is for his high school graduation. So I have 4 years to get this done. And this is on 40 count Verdal 1/1 half stitches. So here's the starting point on this one. I have already color completed the color with the most stitches. So now I'm currently going through the list in reverse, picking colors with the least amount of stitches and picking them in order. So currently I'm up to, it's like, I think high 100s. I don't think I'm up to 200 yet, but I think it's at least high 100s amount of stitches per color. So it's a good amount of work per color as I go along to see something happen. So that's kind of fun. We'll see how much I can get done on that today and tomorrow. And then Friday and Saturday is another With Go piece, and I'm going back to one of my full coverages. This is Patchwork Quilt Room. So I'm excited to get back to this one. This is originally Quick Stitch Patchwork Quilt Room, which is a crop of a larger version of Patchwork Quilt Room, artwork by Ciro Marchetti. I am cropping the Quick Stitch even more, and I'm just doing to that line because that's the main stuff that I liked. I didn't need all of the, like the lamp and the flowers and the window. I just want the kitty cat and the teapot and the sewing stuff. So that's all I'm doing. This is also on 40 count Verdal, 1/1 half cross. And here's my small start on this one. So hopefully I'll get a nice chunk done on this one. And I'm excited about that. This curtain is like completely finished. And so we'll just see. I think I'm color completing 10 by 10 squares as I go along the top. When I pick a symbol in the 10 by 10 square and stitch it till it runs out. I have this dark red on my needle right now, so we'll get that worked in. Yeah, so see, it's just a cute little piece of fabric. This is as far as it goes with a border. So it's gonna be small and skinny. So I'm excited about that. Maybe I can make like a long, if and when I ever finish this one. This could be fun to finish. I could make it into a long pillow, you know, to put on a bench or a chair in a future craft room when my kids are grown. Down the road. And then hopefully I'll get back to spring montage. I didn't bring it up because I don't have any progress to show, but you've seen it if you've been here for a while. That's this one. I'll hopefully give this another day on Sunday and get some work done on that one. This is by Pain Free Crafts, artwork by Janet Stever. So hopefully I'll get back to that on Sunday. And I think that's everything. So I hope you have a wonderful week. Enjoy the weather where you are. Hopefully it's pleasant, and happy stitching. Bye.